Hello, everyone. I am so sorry that I am late. I was planning to come on exactly at 8:37, but I have been looking at my comments and trying to see whether people answer tonight trivia question. So far I do have three people who have answered the trivia question. And if you would like to jump on and participate, I could give everybody, let me see what time it is. I could give everybody up to maybe 8:40. So give everybody 2 minutes just in case you want to participate in tonight trivia question. And also, let me check YouTube because I'll also have people on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, if you have not subscribed to YouTube yet, please feel free to subscribe to YouTube. I am so grateful. Currently, I only need 72 more subscribers to meet my goal for this month. So, guys, all I want for Christmas is 100 subscribers. So definitely make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're just coming on, I'm talking for a few minutes just in case you want to participate in tonight's trivia question. So I have it posted in the group, um, Instagram. Currently, I prefer you just go ahead and if you want to answer the question, answer it in on the Facebook business page or in the group. And the question is, how many times did I take a cooking class um, during my last trip? So number one, the answer is one. Number two, the answer is two. And number three is zero. Who wants to cook on vacation? So definitely, someone just said hi from Facebook. Somebody just posted two. So I will have to go over later and check the ones that put the numbers in. So when I'm going to give it up to 8:42 to give people a little bit more time. And then I will put everybody's name in on spin the wheel. So I will spin the wheel and pick a winner for the $25 gift card. So are you guys still shopping or you're finished shopping? Let me see how many people. And comment down below where you're tuning in at. So far, I have three here. And I have another person with the answer. Oh, hi, Jenny. How are you? Are you sick today? So I have four people who have put in their answers, and I give it one more minute. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and start following me on Instagram. I have been posting a lot of little mini reels on my past trip. Um, I'm still working on the video. I'm still having that whole creativity, I guess, block. So I haven't had a chance to um, put together the YouTube video for Tanzania. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to split it up. Um, maybe do the safari piece and also do the Zanzibar. It'll be a lot of information, especially for people who have Zanzibar on their wish list, and also for those people who would love to go on a safari. I have been putting a lot of time in trying to prepare Christmas in the wild. I'm still working with my vendors, and this kind of bring to a topic on how I prepare for my trips. So each one of my trips that I'm hosting next year for 2023, those trips are actually handcraft by me. So what I do, I actually fly over each one of my vendors, the vendor in Tanzania, my vendor in Morocco, my vendor in Italy. Those people I have actually sat down, had dinner with them or lunch or many different meals as in my Tanzania trip and my Italy one. And I actually talk to them and get to know them because I would like to know who are hosting my trips and do they generally have the same idea or vision that I have and what kind of experience that I want to give my clients. Also, they all are local owned businesses. A lot of times, there's outside big, large companies that provide tours, but for me, I wanted to give back to the community. That's the way I wanted to set up my business. So whether I'm in Italy whether or not I'm in Morocco or Tanzania or say Portugal or whatever, I truly wanted to be able to give back to the local community by using local tour operators. So currently, like I say, currently my tour operators are people who I have physically spoken with and talked with. So that kind of lead to my the question for today. Oh, you're gonna have snow? Wow, Jenny, I was hoping that we'll have snow, but we're gonna have those lower temperatures. So I have currently looked like we only have four people that I'm going to put your names now in the will. So everyone, you guys really surprised me. You must be really looking at my content or you know me very well. I actually took two different cooking classes. I took one in Zanzibar and I also took one in Arusha. I'm all about, especially when I'm planning a trip and doing research and discovery, I'm actually going through the itinerary, trying to find out what type of experience that my client's going to have before I offer the trips. So in this case of Tanzania, I was also thinking about Zanzibar, which I'm still going battering with that, whether or not to offer Zanzibar. I'm trying to keep the price pretty reasonable because I'm using very nice hotels. I'm wondering, I'm still trying to debate whether or not to add Zanzibar or do a whole totally different experience with Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a nice, you can't just stay on one side of the island. And definitely, I think Zanzibar deserves 7 days versus 3 days, um, 3 or 4 days, because it definitely would be a rush. But I'm still battering with whether or not to include Zanzibar with the safari because it actually, guys, it is a lot. I That's one of the things I like about experiencing these things myself before I offer them because I could tell I don't want to wear people out, but I do want people to experience things truly and be able to, um, experience the culture, the food, and just various activities. And plus, this trip going to be during Christmas, so I definitely want you to be able to experience a Tanzania Christmas. But I do not want to kill you, because definitely you're going to travel more than 16 hours um, in flight to get there. Then you're going to be doing a safari, and once you do the safari, we're flying back um, to Arusha. And if I add Zanzibar, you'll be flying to Zanzibar, and then you'll be flying out from Zanzibar. So there's going to be a lot of traveling time. So that's the reason why it's kind of hard for me to decide whether or not to add Zanzibar or do an option. And definitely, if you're planning to go on this trip, I would love to hear your opinion whether or not you would like to add Zanzibar. But definitely the following year, I'm planning to add a 7 day in Zanzibar, because you have the old city, which you must see. It's a lot of history. You have the beaches. The beaches are different. They're totally different from the Caribbean, because the way that the tides are handled. Low tide is, you could walk miles on the ocean floor, because it's kind of remind me of like when we have hurricanes in Florida. The the water is sucked far out, and then maybe 2 or 3 hours all the water rush back in. So definitely is a little bit different from Caribbean. So one day you could be on the beach and there's no water, and then 3 hours later you have water on the beach, or you might can't play on the beach. So experiencing Zanzibar is a huge experience, and there's so many different things that you could do. Um, Definitely, the beautiful Rock Restaurant is a must for me, to for my clients to go, um, because it's one of the most unique restaurants. Um, so that's going to be on the list, but it might not be for Christmas in a while. Zanzibar, I is going to probably be a totally separate experience, because you definitely need um, 7 days to truly experience the island. So let me check again. I gave people a little bit more extra time. Let me check my phone. And then I have the wheel all set up for the people who currently answer. And I'm going to give you the answer. Well, I think I already gave you the answer. It's two. So we're going to close out. I'm going to go with the four people I have. I have Jenny, Jana, Destiny, and Dr. Focus. Let me see. Can I share my screen so you guys could see when I spin this wheel? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Can I present? Share. Oh, it is shared. So these are the four people, and I'm getting ready to spin the wheel. I'm just doing, because everybody already gave their answer. The answer is two. And let's spin. And big money. Oh, Jenny, you won! Yay! So, Jenny, I will be reaching out to you to get your email address. You just won a $25 gift card. Hooray! So be looking for that. Yes, I did two cooking classes. I'm definitely going to have those cooking classes, my cooking classes experience on YouTube. Both classes, I did not cook on a stove. It was more like a propane tank that they had, like you put the pot on top. So maybe I do a whole separate video on that whole experience. It was quite funny because the second cooking class, and maybe both cooking classes, the women was looking at me like, idiot, you can't grade, you can't grate a carrot. I was trying to be careful because I didn't want to cut myself. Hey, I'm on vacation. I didn't want to have to wear a Band-Aid, but I was kind of doing it sort of slow. I was busy trying to grate these carrots, and the lady was like, I'm not having it. You are wasting our time. So she kind of took the carrots and started doing it herself. And then they tried to give me another task, and I was being careful. And then, like, they was pretty much like, this woman must she doesn't cook in the United States, I'm assuming. I mean, they just had like a little attitude. It was kind of funny. I was laughing with my colleague. I was like, they really probably think we're stupid. But think about it. When the last time you have grated carrots, you could, yeah, I got some in the refrigerator now, and they was bought that way. So yeah, my cooking experience was so funny. And I know those ladies was really talking about me every time they give me a task. Um, Even Zanzibar was quite experienced, but both of the cooking classes, the food was absolutely delicious. I'm gonna actually try to cook some of the dishes over if I can remember them. Um, but I think the first cooking class we had some type of curry fish, and it was pretty good. And then even the coconut milk, guys, they take the coconut, crack the coconut open, grate it on this little grater. You sit there and and it's so relaxing because these are things that we don't normally do in the United States. I mean, I have a can of coconut milk in my cabinet right now, but they sit there and grate these coconuts and put it in, rinse it with water. Once they get it all grated, squeeze the juice, and that's the coconut milk. It was fun. It was I found it kind of relaxing, but it was just funny how they was making coconut milk when, guys, we just go to the store and just buy a can, but it's fresher and it tastes better. So I'm gonna definitely buy me a coconut, and I'm gonna try this and make my own coconut milk. I thought that was one of my favorite experiences. The spinach is so delicious. I got I bought me some spinach. Um, and I kept on saying, "Give me the recipe." Now they didn't let me cook the spinach. That was one of the main dishes I wanted to learn how to cook because each time I had it there in Tanzania, it was so delicious. But someone gave me the recipe. It was like onions that they cook in some sunflower oil, but I'm going to use olive oil, and they sauteed the onions. And one person was using carrots, and then they used the spinach, and they cooked the spinach pretty done. I don't like my veggies too done, so I'll probably definitely gonna alter the recipe a little bit. And it was just that, no meat, and it was delicious. That was one of my favorite dishes with some rice. So I'm gonna try to recreate that, and I'm gonna try to recreate that coconut milk because it was quite funny. It was just water and the coconut. So I'm going to the one of the things that I'm going to try to recreate. What else? The fish stew. I don't remember the recipe to that. Um, but it was quite interesting cooking. Like one place I cooked like in a living room, the other one I cooked outside, and it was just funny not to be able to cook on a stove. And I was amazed with this one lady. She actually picked up the pot with her hands, her bare hands. I I don't know. I mean, I'm a wimp, so I just felt the heat from the pot and stopped. So, and she actually just lifted the pot up with her bare hands. So, cooking class. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to add the cooking class to Christmas in a while because we have so many different things that we're going to be doing. And like I say, I want you to be able to enjoy the experience versus rushing you from place to place. And that's within my trips. Especially next year. These are things that I'm actually experiencing myself so I can understand the flow and I want to know what the quality of um, the trip and the experience that you're receiving. So, with that said, I want to say good night. Tomorrow going to be like fabulous Friday. I'm going to think of a topic to discuss. It'll be a fun topic because it'll just be before Christmas Eve. And I want to say Christmas Eve or Christmas. I'm going to come along. I'm going to show you my cute little onesie that Bella and I both have. Each year, my tradition is to dress up in a onesie and have Bella to match me. So guys, that you see that, and we'll talk about family traditions, and we'll get to learn what type of traditions each of us have for Christmas Eve and Christmas. So, good night, guys, and I cannot wait to talk to you tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Goodbye.